Okay, I think, let's see if I'm hearing it. Okay, I think we're live. So today I am going to do Out of the Park Baseball 17 with the Brooklyn Dodgers series. We are now in Chicago, and now in Chicago we're going to be playing, wait, no, I think this is a home game. Chicago is in for us and in Ebbets Field, and we're going to play. So let's, here's our schedule, and let's look at our home page. Home, let's see what we got here. So we are not doing that well. We're 14-20 and 13 and a half games out. Chicago is top of the league, so this is going to be a tough game. Of course, our hitters are doing okay. Pete Reese is having some issues, but Ferrillo, Jackie Robinson, Campanella's having some issues. So Duke Schneider has hit 5 home runs. Robinson's hit 6. Ferrillo's killing the ball in center field. Pete Reese is struggling. And that's pretty much where we're at. So let's play the game. Let's see, there we go. Now I'm trying the Infinistream again, and hopefully it will stay up. It's a kind of a beta product, so what that means is you can occasionally have some issues, but it is a very nice product in that it puts most of the work on their servers. So it's kind of nice for these streams because I'm not using the horsepower for the game and for the streaming. It's just a very light client, and then you have the web. And I think everything is going. I hope you can all hear me. I got my microphone. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Anyway, let's look at our lineups here. We got a typical lineup, and they've got, the second baseman isn't great, but they have some good hitters. Their pitcher, and we got, Puchero has not been pitching that well, and they've got Bob Rush, who has been pitching well. Pete Reeves is supposed to be a better player, but so far he has not been having a good season. Pitching has been our big issue. We have a great lineup, but pitching has not been that strong. So let's start the game. Here we go. Okay, so we are at home, and we start with the second baseman, Hank Shanks. Really nice day today. Went down to a local shopping area and walked around, took some pictures, ran into someone I knew, and we spoke for a while, so that was pretty good. Okay, 1 out. And now Bob Shefflin, I think he was a manager later on. I think he may have managed the Tigers, and he did not have a goatee. Anyway, he's their catcher, and he is up, and let's see what happens. He got 1 out, and he gets a base hit. So we're going to go to double play depth here. Let us do that because we want to get the double play, and I'm sure he is not a fast. Catches do not tend to be fast. Eddie Winkus, first baseman, is up. The Cubs have been doing real well this season in real life. Won the first game, I believe, of the NLCS against the Dodgers. So we got 1 out. No, 2 outs, sorry. 2 outs, 1 on. And okay. And we're out of the inning, and let's see what we can do. The home crowd's liking that. Okay. Pete Reeser, who is, like I said, has been struggling. Let's see if he could get on. And not so much. We may need to do something about this. And Pee Wee Reese is up. He gets on. We have 1 on. And Jackie Robinson's up. And I'm going to do a little hit and run here. That seems to work really well with someone like. And we only get, oh, is that 2 out? So, 2 out, but we now got Reese on second, so that worked out pretty well for us. Man on second, 2 down. It's up to Duke Schneider. And he strikes out. Okay. So, at the end of the first, it's 0-0, and Chicago comes up with right fielder Bill Nicholson. And pops out. Okay. Peanuts Lowry, the left fielder, is up. And gets him. And fly ball, and right out to Paul Ferrillo, who now comes to bat. And he has been doing real well for us, so let's see what he can do. And another base hit. And what's his speed? No, he's not that fast. So we're gonna... Campy's also been struggling at the plate. And lines out to the second baseman. 1 gone. Dillinger is up. And okay. So, end the second. Now we're getting the bottom of Chicago's order. Fly ball. And easily to Ferrillo. Pitcher Bob Rush. Strikes him out. That's an out you gotta get. Although back in those days, and maybe there are still some pitchers who can hit okay. But pitchers had a hit. There was no such thing as a designated hitter, I think, till the 70s, 80s. I forget when that came in. I know it was after I started following baseball. So we got 2 outs. We're not going to bother with double play depth. Catcher Bob Scheffling, and he walks him. Like, come on. First baseman Eddie Walker, so got to get him out. Strikes him out. Okay. So we got the out we had to get. Absolutely had to get here. So now at the bottom of our order, Marv Brackley comes up. And he gets out. I may shake this lineup up a little bit, I think. Fuchero strikes out at the bottom of the third. And Pete Reeser. And he hits it well, but right to the outfielder. So 3 up, 3 down. Top of the fourth. And we've got the middle of their lineup. Andy Pasco, the third baseman. And that's going to fall in for a single. Okay, we're going to go double play depth here. Because I want to get that double play. And flies out, so that's one down. Bill Nicholson, and now Peanuts Lowry comes up, the left fielder, and gets a single. So we're going back to double play depth here. We need that double play. Look at now we have bases loaded, one out. We really need a double play here. Like, or at least a strikeout, which would get us to 2 outs. That would be really handy. As shortstop comes up. And that ends in Joe. Ichiro barely got out of that. Okay, bottom of the fourth. Pee Wee Reese is up. And gets a double. That's a nice way to start. Who's up next? I believe Jackie is. And yes, it is Jackie. Okay. So, we're going to go for a hit and run here. Come on, Jackie. And he flies out. And gets back. Now Duke Schneider comes up. Then we're going to hit and run. And that's it. So, and who's this? Pitcher Bob Rush flies out. Now they're back to the top of their order with Hank Shantz, second baseman. And 2 down. Bob Shuffling, the catcher. And that's it. So now we got Call-Ferrilla up, and he has been playing well. He got it. Oh, now it's going to be a fly out here. He got on last time, but we couldn't bring him in. Campy, who also has been struggling at the plate. And he flies out. And 3 up, 3 down. At the bottom of the 5th, top of the 6th, we have Eddie Waitkus. And get him out. And Pasco, the third baseman, is up. And fly ball right to Call-Ferrilla. And 2 down. He's already thrown 84 pitches per Chiro. It's a lot of pitches. We've got 3 more innings to go. Marv Rackley grounds out. I'm keeping Preachero in there. Remember, we don't have that much of a bullpen, so we need to keep him in there as long as we can. 2 out, and Pete Reese is up. Maybe he can break his slump, and that's not going to be the case. And we're getting into the bottom of the Cubs order here, the top of the 7th. Peanuts Lowry, the left fielder, and rounds out, and got Cliff Aberson, a pinch hitter. That's high. He hits it out of the park. Okay, now 1 swing, and we get behind. 1 little swing. So, not good. And we got 3. And the shortstop, Vern Benson. I think that's maybe, I don't know. And flies out. He pitched well, except 1 bad pitch. Ends the inning. Puts us behind. And Bob rushes up. Interesting. Strikes him out. Well, he's pitching shutout, so they're not going to be taking him out. And we start with Pee Wee Reese and Jackie Robinson. I'm hoping they can get something started. So let's see. Pee Wee Reese. No. Jackie Robinson. No. We cannot hit this guy. Duke Schneider. Come on. Get something. Nope. We may end up losing this game 1-0. Way things are going, and now we have to face the top of their order. So let's see what happens. I don't want to bring in I'm hoping for a complete game, but we will see. Hank Shantz, second baseman, and rounds out. Bob Sheffing, the catcher. And fly ball, fly out. And Eddie Wakus, 2 down, first baseman. Strikes him out. So, he's thrown 100 pitches, Preachero, and he's got 1 more inning to go. So, call Cirillo. No. Remember, it's a home team we get last flicks. Okay, Roy Campanella gets on. Bob Dillinger is up. Let's see if he can do anything. No. So we got one man on, 2 outs, Marv Rackley. And that ends the inning. We got 1 more shot here. 1 more shot, and we'll probably pinch hit for Preachero at the beginning of the next inning. If he gets through this inning. With Andy Pasco leading off. And lines right out to him. Bill Nicholson, the right fielder. And a deep fly ball. And up. That makes our job harder. He's going to pitch very well, except for 2 goal for balls. Peanuts Lowry. And 2 down. Now 2 out. No one on. Alright. Let's see if we can end this thing. Vern Benson. And that ends the inning, but he gave up a home run. So, we got that going on. Okay. So let's bring up a pinch hitter. Who do we have? And we've got Gene Hermansky. Let's bring him in. Now, we probably should have someone at least warming up who isn't thoroughly exhausted. Okay, so we'll have, let's just put him in, let him warm up, just in case we need him. And let's go back. I believe I read who would, pop up. Pete Risa, and gets a crucial hit. Okay, we've got to get him in, and we're gonna hit and run with Pee Wee Risa. He flies out. We got 2 down. Man on first. It all comes down to Jackie. He played well, but on any given pitch, no. That ends the game. Okay. We actually got a decent pitching outing, but we just could not get anything off of Bob Rush. He shut us out, and now, I still do not understand what this chart's supposed to be telling me. Maybe the momentum of the game. So, let's leave the game. And let's save. Always want to save. Look on my computer, once I fixed an issue, there was an issue where the NVIDIA software was, if it was a certain way, it was causing a problem. It was causing it to crash. So I turned that thing off, and it seems to have limited the crashes a lot. Not perfect, but this is an older machine, but a lot. So, let's see what we got here. I am going to hide out of the park. Let's try this. And we now have Baseball History Comes Alive. So this one is about the all-women's baseball league that became a big thing during World War II. I know, this is a great image. This is an absolutely terrific image. Absolutely love this image of the player, you know, telling the umpire what she's thinking. But during World War II, of course, a lot of the men were at war. They were in World War II, and send to live. I gotta send this live. Hang on. Updating your stream. Are we gonna get it? Update successful, so hopefully you'll be seeing that. But anyway, during World War II, we had there was an issue. There we go. During World War II, of course, a lot of the men were at war, and so they started this women's baseball league that lasted till the mid-50s, actually, because they were entertaining enough that when the women came back. But they actually made a movie about a league of their own, and it was you know, they was expected to be perfect ladies, but be ball players. I mean, look at these uniforms here. I'm sorry. That, you should not be playing ball in a skirt. You know, but that was the, you know, women were supposed to be back in those days. So let's look at some of these images. Let's see if I can bring this up. I'm hoping what you're noticing is things are going a little bit faster here. Yes, then, that's what I'm saying. The Rockford Peaches. She's going to catch a fly ball. That's a catcher. And there's the coach. It looks a little like Tom Hanks there. Sliding. Now, you should not be doing this in a skirt. I'm sorry. And these were not long skirts. These were short skirts. I imagine they had some kind of shorts on underneath. And there they are, lined up. And then with the manager, who's wearing a proper baseball uniform. And Daddy Schroeder at bat. There's the catcher. Sliding in. When I was growing up, I played in an all-girls baseball league. Now, we did not wear skirts. We basically wore the team t-shirt and jeans. But there was we had some pretty good players. There's another who's that? Daddy Schroeder again. There's some of the playing the piano, having some fun. I guess she's trying to get away from a ball that's coming at her. And that's them, I guess, in their dorm, perhaps. A sleeping car. Spring training kind of thing. And there's another picture. South Bend Blue Sox. Oh God, please. Putting on makeup during a ball game. Seriously. Seriously. I don't think I ever wore makeup. No, I don't like makeup. I don't wear makeup, but except for my brother's wedding. I did wear it for that, but generally no. And she's putting on makeup, seriously, in the dugout. And there's back to that Marie Wegman, and is telling umpire Norris Ward what she thinks there. And I love that. That is a terrific image. And there's some spring training. Back in 1940. Again, it started during the war. And back to this, we've seen this one. So this was a great article. Really like this one. I think you're noticing it's a little bit fast. Hopefully things are coming faster because, like I said, this particular software I'm using, what it does is it runs most of it's called Infinicine, and it runs most of the work is done actually on the hardware, on the back end, their servers. The other software I've been looking at is Game Show, which is very interesting. It'll probably be better. It lets you do more, I think, and it's a bit more mature. But what it does run fully on your machine, so it's probably would work really well when I stream games on the on a console, or if I offload my streaming onto a different, separate PC than what I'm running the game on. I think it would be really, it's a bit more powerful. But this is terrific because it is saving your horsepower. So it depends on what you're doing. They're both excellent softwares for their purposes, for what you're using it for. And I will say the support on InfiniStream is pretty amazing. You can get on. They have a Discord group that where you can get answers real quick. Game Show, what is made by Telestream, which is made professional streaming software that's like $1,000, and this is a version tailored to game streamers, so it's a little lighter weight. It's not, doesn't have quite so many features, but it does let you do more than IntelliStream. I mean, sorry, that Infiniscene. I keep saying Infinistream. Infiniscene. It does let you do a bit more than Infiniscene, and it you know, and so it is easier to use than OBS, but it does cost money. OBS, of course, is free. Infiniscene is free. So it really depends what you're doing. Like Infiniscene will go to Facebook. Game Show will not. Game Show also has a very active YouTube channel. Sorry, Twitch channel, and some Infiniscene has some YouTube stuff, but they're big on Twitch. They have a regular show where their product evangelist comes on and streams, answers questions, and so anyway, both good options for streaming that are not terribly. The case of Infiniscene is free, in the case of Game Show is, I think, $30 for, and it's yours forever. If you want to keep getting updates, you pay $30 the next year. But anyway, let's see what else we got on here. Here's another NFL and ballparks. So this is before the Super Bowl. Of course, we had the NFL Championship, and they are playing in Wrigley Field right here. Between the Bears and the Giants. They wanted to have it in Soldier Field, but Hollis refused. So here we are at Wrigley Field. That's interesting, because the Bears for years have played their games in Soldier Field, and it got really, really cold, and the Bears won. Which is lovely or aerial shot of Wrigley Field, one of the oldest ballparks. A lot of these ballparks have gone, the ones that are this age. Herbie, let's see what this is. This looks, so we got Herbie Haney Zimmerman chased Eddie Collins across the plate in the 1917 World Series. So it's a photo gallery. Haney Zimmerman. He was like, who was supposed to throw the ball to? He was the scapegoat. Let's see. Countdown turn. Hap Fletcher about Giants pitcher. When catch Collins off the bag at the third baseline to start running, expecting Bentnofer to cover the plate, but neither him budged, and the plate was left uncovered. And it sounds to me like it wasn't Zimmerman, but it was the players who chose not to cover, who did not cover the plate. You would expect Walter Hulk or the first baseman or the catcher, or the pitcher rather, to cover the plate. So it sounds to me like you can't blame Zimmerman the way they're describing the play. So I don't blame him. I don't see how you can blame him. If the base wasn't covered, it should have been covered. Okay, let's see what we got here. Zimmerman from an archer at Weegham Park. So there he is. Okay. Yes. Eddie Collins from the White Sox. Jim Thorpe made a token appearance. There we go. As a member of the Cubs. See, there was no one covering the plate. They were the championship White Sox, who became, 2 years later, they threw the World Series, and that would be called them the Black Sox. Although that was because their uniforms were black from dirt, because the owner wouldn't wash them for them, and they were not like, look, if you're not going to wash our uniforms, we're not going to wash our uniforms. And there's Happy Felsch, one of the White Sox players, and John and Eddie Collins. Collins did 1917 World Series team. There they are coming onto the field. And there's the pregame meeting between the managers and Shoeless Joe Jackson. And that's the celebration. Well, that's interesting. We got fans dressed up in... I did not know people did that back then. You know, now of course everyone wears, you know, swag. But back then they had these 2 little kids dressed up as in the Sox uniforms. I wonder if they were ball boys or something, or they were just kids who managed to buy. I don't know. You couldn't back then. You couldn't just go online and order team gear. New York Giants portraits. Let's see. The newspaper story. White Sox drilling in Army uniforms. Remember, this was during World War I. And National League champion New York Giants. Eddie Collins, Buck Herzog. And there we go. This is later on when he was a member of the Cubs, or earlier on. So, that was another interesting story they had. I am of... Listen, reading the story, I don't think you could have blamed the guy who made him the GOAT. The GOAT were the guys who didn't do their job and cover the plate, who weren't paying attention. That's who I would have been upset with as a manager. And here's another one about a World Series GOAT. Ernie Lombardi. So what do they say here? Okay, let's see. He was 6'3", 230, but he was very popular. Grounded shorts up there. Dangerous Joe DiMaggio strolled in. Let's see. Immediately raced around in it. According to baseball, was the Bill Buckner of 1930s. Even more innocent than Buckner. Buckner playing who should be holding up there. And by a selection series, GOAT was absurd. The Yankees were already ahead 3 games to none, and that surely happened to play greatest hitting. He was a good hitter. Look, 306 306, 190 home runs. Yeah, I think he was a good hitter. So let's look at, we got some pictures of him. I met Ernie Lombardi and Joe DiMaggio at Old Timers game. All-Star game. You see, he played there. He is in the Cubs. And he was big. He was bigger than most of the other players there. And when I read the story about him, they also told he was known for the size of his nose. But that was a nice colorized picture. And this is, I guess he played for Boston. And again, 2 Hall of Fame catchers. Here's another nice color picture of him. And this is him ready to throw the second. And see how big he was. Look at how many balls he can hold in his hand. Him being inducted into the Red Sox, the Reds Hall of Fame. There he is. That's him. I guess he hit a home run there. 1940 champion. And you can see how big he is. Another picture of him batting. And him guarding the plate, about to get the ball. And his autograph. And that's about that time. Yeah. This is from early. Look how big he was compared to everyone else. They're like all these other guys there. So, and 1942 with the Boston Braves. And we're back to where we were. So, I think we're going to end it now. I'm be curious if anyone, what the quality is here. I'm going to go listen, see if I got audio this time. I made sure to put in my microphone, but there's nothing here that shows where you could, like, preview and, well, I think I had to do it before I was streaming. I think that's what you have to do. Anyway, so thank you, anyone who watched or may watch. And until next time.